Several trade unions of the Ceylon Electricity Board launched a work-to-rule trade union action starting from the 4th September in response to the CEB restructuring process, presenting 24 demands. A majority of these demands relate to safeguarding their personal privileges. A total of 25 trade unions, including those directly affiliated with opposition political parties such as the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, United National Party and Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, are involved in this trade union action. Among the demands are the granting of overdue promotions and salary arrears, adding the 10,000 rupee temporary allowance to the basic salary as of December 31st, 2023, and implementing a 25% salary increase based on the revised basic salary effective from the 1st January 2024, including arrears. The trade unions have stated that they will withdraw from all operational duties starting from midnight tonight.
The current work-to-rule trade union action has now entered its third phase. It is important to emphasize that restructuring cannot be forcefully implemented under the Essential Public Services Act and the Gazette notifications declaring electricity as an essential service.
However, the Ceylon Electrical Workers Union expressed a different view regarding the ongoing trade union action.
When you look at the demands, most of them are not actually related to the restructuring process. They are long-standing issues in the CEB dating back to even before 2023, which should have been resolved earlier. It is also important to note that this act was not something introduced by the National People's Power government. It was originally brought forward by Ranil and Kanchana in 2024. All the destructive elements in the original bill were removed. Initially, the proposal was to send 12,000 workers home. But now, instead of layoffs, employee job security has been ensured and 100% of the company's protection has been guaranteed by the government. Some demands are contradictory. On one hand, they go to the media talking about the bill, but when they attend discussions, they admit that restructuring is necessary. Yet, they avoid discussions and instead stir up unrest, ultimately serving political interests.
The Extraordinary Gazette declaring all electricity-related services as essential services is now in effect. This gazette was issued under the powers vested in President Anurukumara Dissanayaka by Section 2 of the Essential Public Services Act No. 61 of 1979. It was issued considering that uninterrupted electricity services are essential for maintaining normal public life and that any disruption or obstruction could have serious consequences.
Whenever we meet industrialists, the common concern is that we cannot compete as exporters with the current electricity bills. In some sectors, our industries also struggle to compete with imported goods due to high production costs. Therefore, we must transform the electricity board into a sector that is both efficient and transparent. At present, the public perception of the electricity board is negative, and from our own experience too, the system is neither efficient nor transparent. That is why we are determined to make it efficient. As a political movement and as a government, we also believe that for the sake of national security and sovereignty, energy independence must remain in our hands. For this reason, we have no intention of handing over this sector to private institutions. Instead, our goal is to create a proper institutional system to resolve the existing issues. We have identified several key areas within the electricity board, and our plan is to establish and manage separate institutional systems for each of them. These institutions will remain fully owned by the Treasury. We believe this is the right structure to introduce the efficiency and change this sector needs. The employees of the Electricity Board, as well as the general public, recognize that the old structure is no longer sufficient and that a new framework is necessary. I believe no one can deny that. At the same time, we are firm in our commitment that none of the rights of the employees will be lost while carrying out their duties under the new system.
Members of the committee appointed for the new reforms in the electricity sector, along with board members of the newly established companies, including the Ceylon Electricity Generation Company, the National Transmission Network Supply Company, the Ceylon Electricity Distribution Company, and the National System Operations Company, took part in the discussion. The issues and proposals that have arisen regarding the new reforms were also extensively discussed at the meeting, and it was stated that the President expressed his gratitude to the committee members for their contribution to this work.